everyone, I hope you all had an amazing week. My name is Alyguia and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I got these mermaid waves, and I'm going to take you step by step through the entire process. So let's get started. Okay, so to prep my hair, all I did was wash it in the shower, and then I pretty much let it air dry for the most part. I didn't really use a blow dryer because the only heat that I want to be using today is going to come from the curling iron. So first thing you want to do is go ahead and separate your hair however you like to do it. I always do it half up, half down because I start on the bottom parts first. Okay, once your hair is half up, half down, you're going to want to go ahead and grab a section of hair. I always start from the bottom, and I always start from right behind my ear. I don't know why. So first thing that I want to do is kind of brush through this really quick. Make sure there's no knots. And then I'm going to want to spray it with some hairspray. It's just going to be a tiny bit. Okay, that was kind of a lot. And then I'm going to want to brush through that. And the hairspray, what it does is it really helps you get a really nice hold. And it makes your waves kind of a little more uniform and not so frizzy or like kind of spread out. They kind of just stay together. So you want to grab your 3-barrel curling iron, and you're just going to want to place it right here. I always keep it maybe about 4 to 5 inches from like my actual head, and you just leave it right here. This is going to be the easiest part. You leave it on for about 15 seconds. Then move on to the next. And honestly, it's just super duper easy. Okay. And then of course, the longer that you leave the iron on your hair, the more pronounced the waves come out. So it's really up to you. If you want it a little less perfect and more natural looking, I would maybe keep it on for maybe 8 to 10 seconds, but I just really wanted to show you guys what it can come out like. Now for the ends here, I usually leave them straight. I don't really curl them that much. I kind of just leave it out a little bit like this, or I'll just kind of like pass it, kind of like that, and then boom, you got your first little mermaid wave. Super duper easy. Now we'll go to the next part. So easy to use, and these waves last for days. And there's so many different like hairstyles you can use with this like mermaid. Oh, 1 second. There's so many styles that you can use with this like mermaid. I like to call it the mermaid hair curling iron, but everyone has their own way of saying it. Now I'm done with this side, and now I'm going to go on to the next. So put my ponytail over here. Again, I just sprayed my hair, and then I'm going to go ahead and brush it out so it doesn't really stick together. And I also brush it out so my hair can kind of dry. Sometimes the hairspray, you know how it gets your hair wet. You don't really want it that wet because then your hair just gets a little burned by this little puff of your hair. Okay, so I just finished the entire bottom half of my hair. And this is what it's kind of looking like so far. Usually what I like to do is I kind of either just run my hands through it or I'll brush it out just to kind of make it not so perfect. But I just really want to see the vibe after, and then just kind of mess with it a little bit. So now I'm going to do the top half of my hair. So again guys, we're going to kind of go ahead and take the same approach. We're just going to grab a section of hair. Usually here I start all the way in the back. So the last part of hair that I have here, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. And then we're going to do the same exact thing we did with the bottom. We're going to take the brush, we're going to brush it through, make make sure all those knots are out. Then we're going to take our hairspray and we're going to go ahead and spray it. Once it's sprayed, we're going to go ahead and take the brush and brush it through once again. Make sure none of it sticks together and making sure that our hair is not wet from the hairspray. Okay, I think we're good to go now. And then we're going to go ahead and take our 3-barrel curling iron and we are going to go ahead and clamp it in the same position that we've been doing, about 4 to 5 inches from the head. And then we're going to go ahead and just let it sit for 15 seconds and then keep moving it down. I don't know if you guys can see that little wave right there. I'll put my barrel right in it so I can continue creating kind of the same way, and it's kind of a little more uniform. But of course it doesn't have to be. The more natural that you want it, the more you don't have to really think about it, just keep moving it down. That's the great thing about this, you can't really mess up your hair. It's always going to come out pretty no matter what. You really can't mess it up with this iron, which is what I love because it's honestly so quick. I mean, I haven't been here for that long and I already have the whole bottom half of my hair done and we're pretty much almost done. Do you guys see how pretty this is right here? It's like, ooh. Okay, so now that we have the kind of back part of our hair done, kind of want to be a little bit more careful here. So what I like to do is, I've usually been grabbing it from the top to the bottom, but this time I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to split that. I'm going to split it into 2. Now the top half is where you want to really just pay attention a little bit more. The bottom half can go ahead and just get curled. So I'm going to do the bottom half first, really quick. The bottom is just basically, remember, for fullness and for length. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this really quick. Sometimes I lift the clamp and I bring it back down just to kind of like press some heat in there. Maybe works a little bit faster whenever I'm in a rush. Or at least I like to think it does. Now the top part is kind of like personal preference. It's like, do you want it a little bit more straight and then come down to a wave, or do you want the wave to kind of like start like right there? I always like to keep it a little bit straighter on the top, but that's just me. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that top piece that we were talking about right here. I'm gonna go ahead and spray that puppet. Spray that puppet. All right, we're gonna spray it, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start about right here, okay? But what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna keep it on for 15 seconds. I'm gonna do it maybe for 7. Let's see. Okay, and then now is when I'm gonna go back to my 15 seconds. So now is when I start 15 seconds. Oh look, if you see here, I kind of messed it up. Oh shoot, I almost dropped that. Okay, if you see here, it's like, you can see the waves, and then the bottom, it just kind of gets like, but I love it. Because I like it to not be so perfect. I don't mind that at all. Alrighty, now to frame your face. This part is pretty important. I don't like it to get too close because I don't like to get heat on my little kind of baby hairs here. But then 2, it's kind of important that you start in the right direction, because if not, like, I don't know if you see here, the wave comes out here, so I kind of want the wave to start here or here. I think I'm gonna go with this one right here. I'm gonna have the wave start there, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll start from here, and I'll actually bring it down a little bit. I'll leave it on for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. Finish that off right there. Then you're gonna want to grab your brush and just kind of brush that part out. Okay, and then we will style this at the end. that's done, I'm going to go ahead and do this side, and then we're going to go ahead and style it at the end. So I'll just do this side really quick and speed it up. Okay, I just wanted to stop and remind you guys, when you kind of get to this part where it's like your ear forward, I just really want to stress the fact that you kind of want to break it off, I guess, into a long section, right? And then you want to break that section into half. And then you want to start from the bottom half. Remember, hairspray, brush, gotta get it because it fell. Brush, 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 brush. And again, it's easy as literally 1, 2, 3. Grab your piece, brush, hairspray, brush, then iron. Oh, another thing that I've been doing while we've been at home is I've just been reading a ton. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge reader. I really am not. I never really was to begin with, but while I've just been home, like, again, I just really don't like being on my phone. So I just have been picking up books to read. I have a devotional that I like to read every single day. And then there's a few books that I've been reading. One is called The Love Letter Life, and honestly, it's just been one of the sweetest books that I've read so far. Sorry, I got a little distracted with my hair. But yeah, that book has been really, really sweet. I'm just looking for any good books. Usually my favorite books are like self-help books, but sometimes I like to just read just for fun. Other than the course that I'm doing that I told you guys about, it's called Coursera, and it's you can kind of sign up for different universities. A ton of different like Ivy League schools are on Coursera, and they're giving out a bunch of classes, whether it's on like the psychology of happiness or supply chain or whatever your interests are. You can basically just type it in the search bar and there's pretty much a class for you, and you basically all you have to do is enroll, and it's not something that you have to pay for or anything like that. I mean, you can pay for it if you do want a certificate at the end to say you did complete the class, but for me, I'm just doing it for free and just for my self-knowledge. And basically all you have to do is just enroll, and it tells you how many hours per week you are to study basically the context of what's in the book or what is in the class. I pretty much spend most of my time Googling things, so instead of Googling and researching, I can just basically take this class. It's like I'm back to school again, but I don't really mind that. I kind of enjoy learning. So we're almost at the end here. Again, we're just gonna do 5 seconds really quick. We're almost done, guys. I promise we're almost there. So pretty. Guys, we're done. We are so done. Now all we have to do is style it. I don't know if you guys could tell how mermaid-ish it looks. So now the best part is all we have to do is just style the front. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it. What I'll do here now is any like big pieces like this that are together, I'll kind of just maybe separate a little bit, or I'll just go back. If I see anything that's a little bit frizzy, I'll just go back with my curling iron and I'll just go ahead and give it a little zhuzh. That's what I like to call this, a little zhuzh. And then I think that's pretty much it. I just go ahead back with my hairspray, give it a little spritzy. But for the most part, I mean, this is it, guys. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. All I did was use some of my hairspray to tame down some of my baby hairs, and I also separated some hairs at the bottom just to kind of make it look a little bit more natural. But I hope this video was as easy for you to follow along as it was easy for me to make. I think I'm going to be doing some more of these tutorials because it was really enjoyable to make this kind of video. If you haven't yet already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and if you really do like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or if you want to get to know me more, go ahead and leave some comments down below because I would just love to get to know you guys more. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram right here. I just want to encourage you all to have the best week ever. You are so blessed. You are wonderfully and fearfully made, and I just want to remind you that you are strong, you are loved, and that you are enough. I hope you will have a blessed week because the best is yet to come. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.